Alright, hello and welcome. This is Aaron with Steel Picking. And this video lesson, we're going to continue on with adding some variety to our chords. And in this one, I'm going to show you, really it's two lessons in one. We're going from a 5 to a 1 chord. And like I said in the previous video, the way I approach music or my songs is when I'm playing this 5 chord, I think I have a little more leeway with the chord structure. And what I mean by that is simply that instead of playing, in this instance, we're going from a D to a G, I'm adding a little variety to the D chords. So I'll show you 4 or 5 different versions of a D that you can play and resolve to the 1, which would be G. So what you can do is you can listen to them. Like I said, some of them are a little, I'd call a little more outside, like, sharp 5, sharp 9 type chords. But it'll help expand your chord vocabulary and give you those options. So with this video, we'll be offering a backing track and tab. So you can click on the card or link in the description, and that'll get you to our Patreon site where you can check that out. So let's look at this video lesson, adding variety to our playing. Alright, let's look at this lesson. What we're going to do here on the outset, I'll just explain a little bit, is we're going from a 5 chord to a 1 chord. So we're in the key of G, we're going from a D to a G, and I'm just simply showing you quite a variety of different types of D chords. And like I said in the other lesson, is that I think in my playing I have a little more leeway on the 5 chord. So in other words, if you're playing a progression, normally there's a 3-chord progression. You have a 1, 4, 5 chord. So in this one, we're going, the 5 chord just happens to be D. I'm going to show you several forms of D, some really altered chords, some that aren't as dissonant. And obviously, to me, that would be based on what kind of music you're playing. Now, the background track was a little more modern or pop sounding or a little more jazz influenced. So in that type of music, you may have a little more leeway on the voicing. So if you're playing in a church setting or a worship song, you might not want to play those type chord voicings. It just may not fit the music. So there again, it's discretion. The lesson's simply expanding your chord vocabulary and giving you some options on some things you can do. Now, another thing that I did on the first lesson that I played out of C was I had a drone string or a note that I kept ringing in the top. In the first one here, we're going D to G. I'm playing this 4th string again as the note that I'm letting ring, or that note. That's a D note. So that's the kind of the other idea that I had going here, is keeping that note on top. So let's look at the first one. We're playing from some D's to a G major 7th or a G6 chord. So the first one, we go to our 10th fret, play 5, 6, 9, A pedal down, play that as a group, then add 4. Okay, that's going to play over a D6 chord. Now the next chord, the next D chord we're playing, we're going to go to our 13th fret, press B and C pedal, and add our F knee lever. We're going to play the group 10, 8, 6, and add 5. Okay, that's going to be a D7th sharp 5 chord. That's what that'll play over. Now the next chord is simply going to be a D7th chord. We can simply roll off the B pedal, keep the F knee lever and the C pedal down, play the same thing. So now we have D6, D7, sharp 5, D7. Okay, the next chord we play is a D7 flat 5, and I'm doing that with the B flat knee lever, the one that lowers 5 a half tone. Go to your 10th fret if you have the knee lever. If not, you can just play a D7. Play 5, 6, 9, lower that 5th string a half tone, and add the 4th string, add that D note on top. That's a D7 flat 5. Now we're going to a G6 chord. You go to your 8th fret, play 5, 6, 8, lower that 8th string with your E-D flat knee lever, 5, 6, 8, add your 1st string. That gives you that D note on top again. Okay, so we went D6, D7 D7 sharp 5, D7, D7 flat 5, D6. Okay, the next example that I played, the next track, we're adding a new chord to the progression. The rest of the chords are pretty much going to be the same, but the first chord we played was a D7 sharp 5, sharp 9. So let's go to our 16th fret, press our C pedal down. The group we're going to play is 5, 6, 9, and then we're going to add our 7th string. 16th fret, 5, 6, 9, then add 7. That's going to be a D7, sharp 5, sharp 9. Okay, now we're going to go back to the chords we played a while ago. Go to your 13th fret, B and C pedal down, F knee lever, 10, 8, 6 as a group, then add 5. Okay, then we're going to go to that D7th chord, 10, 8, 6, B, C pedal, F knee lever. C pedal, F knee lever, add 5. Okay, then we're going to go to our D7 flat 5, 10th fret, 5, 6, 9, lower the 5th string a half tone, add 4. Okay, then we're going to play in this one we went from G major 7th to G6. 10th fret, 5, 6, 9, lower that 9th string a half tone with your knee lever, add 4. Then we go to the 8th fret, 5, 6, 8, lower 8 with the E-D flat knee lever. That's the group, then add 1. G major 7, G6. Okay, so that one again was D7 sharp 5, sharp 9. That was the new chord we added to the progression. Then it went back to a D7 sharp 5, D7, D7 flat 5, G major 7, G6. Okay, so what we've done now, to kind of reiterate, is that on this last chord in the progression, which in this instance happens to be a D, we've got all these different variations that you could play. So you could add one of those. So I walked up a G chord, then C, and added any of these new D chords that you want to try. That's where I'm going with the lesson. That's what I'm trying to get you to maybe to look at is just try. Like I said, some of them are really a little dissonant, but if you resolve them right back down to this regular D that you normally would play at the 10th fret, 5, 6, 9, no pedals. Then it resolves right to your G chord, which is what we're going for. So give these a try, and I hope it helps you, and let me know what you think. All right, as always, Jacob and I just want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, and be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. So if you'd also like to check out some of the equipment we're using, you can go to the Amazon link in the description. And like I said at the outset, there is a tab and backing track available for this video. You can click on the card or the link in the description. That'll get you to the Patreon site where you can have access to that. And at this time, we want to thank our patrons who are supporting us monetarily here at Still Picking, and we appreciate that a great deal. So as always, for Jacob and I, we appreciate you. We're hoping that we're helping you with your studies and furthering your knowledge on the steel as we take this journey together. And we just really appreciate you, and keep picking.